Hey everybody, it's Michael Griswold here, and in this Facebook Live, I'm going to share with you three key things to look out for when you're looking for CBD oil for yourself. Of course, CBD oil has become such a popular thing, and uh, there are all sorts of companies popping up all over the place offering to sell it to you because in some cases it can have very powerful and sometimes even life-changing effects. But with all of the popularity of it, and with all of the companies that are out there offering it, the, the marketplace can get kind of crowded, kind of like Rolex watches. CBD has become like the Rolex watch of uh, of health supplements, where you're not really sure if it's real or if it's fake. And so, in these three questions to ask, these three things to look for, uh, this can give you a guidance to help you know for sure that what you're getting is actually going to help you and alleviate the symptoms that you're suffering from, or the reason that you're getting it. So the first is you want to know, where is the plant grown. Of course, CBD is extracted from either a cannabis plant or a hemp plant. Now, cannabis plant, it's going to have some THC in it. This is going to not be legal in every state, only in the states where marijuana is legal. But hemp CBD only has less than 0.3% of THC, and this makes it legal in all 50 states. Now, the key here is you want to know, where are these plants grown? If they're grown in Colorado or California, both of these states have a long history of really initiating hemp and marijuana objectives, and so they've got a lot more experience. The ground is fertile for it, and the people who are farming it have a lot more experience with creating a quality product. So first, find out, where is the plant grown. This is the first thing to look for. The second thing is CBD. Of course, when you get CBD in a capsule or in a vape, you don't get the plant, right? You get something that's extracted from it. So the second thing to look out for is, what is the extraction method? How did they take the CBD from a plant and turn it into the actual CBD oil? Now, there are two ways to do it. One is a very kind of a polluted way, using alcohol, and you freeze it, and it's this kind of, for lack of a better term, dirty process. It infiltrates the CBD with all sorts of other chemicals, which kind of corrupts it a bit. The other method is the CO2 extraction method, and this is much more expensive way to distill it, but it is also much better for you. You end up getting a much purer product as a result. So while you might see maybe on Amazon or other places CBD or hemp oil for very cheap, surprisingly cheap, kind of like a Rolex on a New York street corner, you'll also find that the results of it aren't nearly as good. The Rolex isn't really made of what it says it is. So look for, what is the extraction method. If it's CO2, that's what you want to see. The third thing, and this is something that people don't really talk about, but the place that you order the CBD from, do they offer guidance on which type of CBD to use for your ailment? So let's say that you're battling, you suffer from anxiety or depression or even chronic pain. Well, there are different strains of CBD that work for the different ailments that people suffer from, and those should be offered to you by the company that you're buying from. They should educate you on how this particular product can help with this particular ailment. Otherwise, you show up to the site and you're like, well, I don't even know where to start. There's so many different products, so many different options. And so rather than going in blind and just picking something, you really want to have the the company that you're buying from guide you through it with recommendations for this is what we recommend for anxiety. This is what we recommend for depression. This is what we recommend for chronic pain. And that way, you're not guessing. I mean, as a consumer, you're not the expert on how CBD interacts with the endocannabinoid system and the effect that it has on the brain and the way that calms your mind and your body. That's on the part of the manufacturer or the seller. And so if you find them helping you in this way, this is a much more valuable way to buy, and you have a whole lot more confidence in getting the effects that you want as a result. So those are the three things to look out for. One, where is the plant grown? Colorado and California are the two most recommended, and Colorado being the best because it has been the one with the longest standing initiative. That is a state that has had the most experience and really refined the process the best. The second is, what is the extraction method that gets the CBD from the plant? If it's an alcohol or other kind of extraction method, then you really want to stay away from that, even though it might be much cheaper. It might be much cheaper, but it's really not going to do you any good. Instead, you want to go with the CO2 extraction method because that is the purest form of extraction. And the third is, does the owner, does the company offer you recommendations on what brand or what product to use for a particular ailment? There are other things as well, that you can keep in mind that to look out for, such as lab testing results. Just like with a Rolex, there are certain things that let you know that it's a legitimate Rolex and it's worth the money that you're paying for. Well, the lab testing results are very similar to that with CBD. In the CBD marketplace, being able to have third-party verified lab results lets you know that the quantity of CBD that's advertised is true and that the extraction method is right. So this is a way to verify so that you can have the peace of mind of knowing that what you're paying for is what you're getting. So, of course, as one of the co-owners of Organic CBD Outlet, these are all things that we stand behind and that we do as well. The hemp that is grown for our products is grown in Colorado because that is the place with the longest standing history. The extraction method is the use of CO2 because we believe in the purity of the extraction. We do show those third-party lab results so that you can know that what you're buying is what you're getting. And we do make recommendations for you based on the problem that you want to solve. It's kind of mind-boggling, really, that so many companies expect the consumer to come and know what to buy when this is all a brand new market. So we do make recommendations based on what is the thing that you are suffering from that you want to be rid of, and these are the products that have the best history of solving that. So, of course, come over to organiccbdoutlet.com and check out the offers that we have, and check out also the education, because for things like anxiety, depression, and chronic pain, people spend sometimes tens of thousands of dollars per year, and much more costly things. They don't really have the relationships that they'd like, or they don't really have the experience of life that they'd like because they're suffering. And so we found that CBD is a solution to that, and it's a solution not only in the consumption of it, but in being educated as to why it works. So when you understand, for example, as we show on our website, that the endocannabinoid system is the system that allows all the other systems, the cardiovascular, the muscular, the skeletal, the system that tells your body whether to sleep or to wake, the hunger, all of those appetites, the endocannabinoid system is the system that actually keeps all of those working in harmony. And so when you understand that, when you understand the effects that it has on the brain, that CBD has, how it lights up the calming parts of the brain and diminishes activity to the anxiety parts of the brain, well, then you begin to understand and have the belief that this is something that can indeed help you, so that when you order and when you take it, you have not only the product, but the education to know that you can expect results. Just like when a doctor prescribes, now of course they're prescribing prescription drugs, but they'll tell you this is what to expect. This is why it will help you. We don't really believe in the use of prescription drugs for these conditions because they can be addictive and they can have other side effects, whereas CBD has no side effects and can sometimes be even more effective than the other. So anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you learned a couple of things from this, and if there's any way that we can help you, please feel free to reach out and we will happily answer whatever questions you have. Later.